We're going to start tonight off in our Bomber Division, heat race number 1, 5 laps in distance. Starting on the front row, pole position, driving car number 33 is Tony Gibbs. On the outside of row number 1, driving car number 97 is Doug McKendrick. Row number 2, on the inside, driving car 02 is Harley Utzinger. On the outside of row number 2, driving car 11 is Dirk Davis. Row number 3, on the inside, driving car number 38 is Rob Heimbaugh. On the outside of row number 3, driving car number 1 is Chucky Royer. And starting in that last position, driving car number 10K is Nick Keebach. Don't forget to listen to Going in Circles tomorrow morning on News Radio 1470 WMBD. Ray DeMoss and myself live with Going in Circles every Sunday morning at 9 a.m. All of the results from the Peoria Speedway and live in-house guests every Sunday morning, 9 a.m. Going in Circles on News Radio 1470 WMBD. Race number 1 in our Bomber Division. And a battle out of turn number 2 for that number 1 position. It's Tony Gibbs taking over that number 1 position. Now Dirk Davis in that top spot. One down this time by with 4 laps remaining. Doug McKendrick in that second spot. In that third position, the 02 of Harley Utzinger. Now side by side for that third spot in turn number 4. Chucky Royer to the low side of turn number 1, taking over that third spot. This time by the wave of the green flag with 2 laps remaining. Chucky Royer closing in on that number 2 position, this time by the wave of the white flag with 1 lap remaining. Doug McKendrick holding on to that number 2 position. Chucky Royer in that third spot and car spinning down in turn number 1. And this time out of turn number 4, the checker flag falls for Dirk Davis. Finishing in the 4th position, the 33 of Tony Gibbs. In that third spot, the car 1 of Chucky Royer. In the number 2 position, the 97 of Doug McKendrick. And your winner of heat race number 1 in our Bomber Division, driving car number 11. Sponsored by American Used Auto and Truck Parts and Raygon Rush and Go in Glassford. How about a great big hand for Dirk Davis? Coming up next, heat race number 2 in our Bomber Division. Starting on the front row pole position, driving car number 12 is Steve Kalb. On the outside of row number 1, driving the car F49 is Steve Stickelmeyer. Row number 2 on the inside, driving car 4D is Troy Tracy. On the outside of row number 2, driving car 79 is John Rhodes. Row number 3 on the inside, driving car number 34 is Ricky Eisenhart. On the outside of row number 3, driving car number 38 is Kevin Grammer. And starting in that last position, driving car number 76 is Tim Ross. Five laps the distance. He race number 2 in our Bomber Division. Tracy out of in that second spot, and Rick Eisenhart in that third position. Kevin Grammer up to that number 4 position, now side by side once again for that second spot. Rick Eisenhart to the inside of car number 4, taking over that second position. And the way with the green flag just going by with 2 laps remaining. John Rhodes, your leader down in turn number 4. Rick Eisenhart to the inside of turn number 4. Rick Eisenhart taking over that number 1 position with 1 lap remaining. Kevin Grammer right behind him now in that second spot. John Rhodes in that second position. And this time as they head on to turn number 4, the checker flag falls for Rick Eisenhart. Finishing in that 4th position, the 79 of John Rhodes. In that 3rd spot, the 4D of Troy Tracy. In that runner-up position, the 38 of Kevin Grammer. And your winner of heat race number 2 in our Bomber division, driving car number 34, sponsored by Stained Glass of Peoria, D&D Concrete, All-Star Towing, and Martin and Shadid, and Christie's Den and Dunlap. About a great big hand for Rick Eisenhart. Up next, heat race number 3 in our Bomber division. Starting on the front row pole position, driving car number 30 is Jason Wyatt. On the outside of row number 1, driving car number 3 is Mark Burgess. Row number 2 on the inside, driving car number 49 is Steve Brett. On the outside of row number 2, driving car 50 is Aaron McKendrick. Row number 3 on the inside, driving car 06 is Tim Waddell. On the outside of row number 3, driving car number 7X is Dave Turbett. And starting in that last position, driving car number 67 is Robert Rock. Five laps to distance, heat race number 3 in our Bomber division. Into turn number 1 for that number 1 position. It's Jason Wyatt on the high side of the back straightaway. Taking over that number 1 position, Steve Brett, Dave Turbett, side by side for that second spot. Lap to complete with 4 laps remaining. Now a side-by-side battle for that number 3 position. It's Tim Waddell to the high side of turn number 3. 3 to go. Jason Wyatt is in that number 1 position. Steve Brett second. And Tim Waddell now up to that 3rd spot. And away with the green this time by with 2 laps remaining. And the white flag being displayed this time by with 1 lap to go. This time as he heads out of turn number 4, the checker flag falls for Jason Wyatt. Finishing in that number 4 position, the 7X of Dave Turbett. In that 3rd spot, the 06 of Tim Waddell. In that second position, the 49 of Steve Brandt. And your winner of heat race number 3 in our Bomber division, driving car number 30, sponsored by Total Body Fitness and Wyannus Vending. A great big hand for Jason Wyannus. Coming up next, heat race number 1 in our Street Stock division, starting on the front row, pole position, driving car L60 is Butch Hutchinson. On the outside of row number 1, driving car 71 is Ed Bowen Jr. Row number 2 on the inside, driving car 58 is Virgil Nusso. On the outside of row number 2, driving car 17 is Bob Singer. Row number 3 on the inside, driving car number 15 is Jim Foster. On the outside of row number 3, driving car 68 is Wally Zander. Row number 4 on the inside, driving car 73S is Scott Schoner. Coming off the distance, heat race number 1 in our Street Stock division. Ed Bowen Jr. taking over that number 1 position, right behind him, the 17 of Bob Singer. Now side by side in turn 3 for that number 1 position. One down this time by with 6 laps remaining. Wally Zander back in that number 3 position, this side by side for that 4th spot. To complete this time by with 5 laps remaining. Bob Singer taking over that number 1 position, Ed Bowen Jr. in that 2nd spot. Now Wally Zander side by side for that 2nd position. Butch Hutchinson back in that number 4 position. It's Wally Zander taking over that 2nd spot. 4 complete this time by with 3 laps remaining. And a car sideways down in turn number 2. The 73 is the Scott Schoner spinning. And the wave of the green flag this time by with 2 laps remaining. Bob Singer pulling away in that number 1 position. It's Wally Zander 2nd. Ed Bowen Jr. in that 3rd spot, and Virgil Nusso in that 4th position. And this time as he heads out of turn number 4, the checker flag down for Bob Singer. Finishing in that 4th position, the 58 of Virgil Nusso. In that 3rd spot, the 71 of Ed Bowen Jr. In the number 2 position, the 68 of Wally Zander. And your winner of heat race number 1 in our Street Stock division, driving car number 17, sponsored by the Bourne Paint Company, Rental Service Corporation, and Captain Hook. How about a great big hand for Bob Singer? Coming up next, heat race number 2 in our street stock division. Starting on the front row pole position, driving car number 63 is Tom Harvey. On the outside of row number 1, driving car 25 is Jerry Miller. Row number 2 on the inside, driving car 20 is Scott Barnes. On the outside of row number 2, driving car 60 is Jerry DeForest. Row number 3 on the inside, driving car 88 is Mick Blunier. On the outside of row number 3, driving car 27 is Adam Bill. And starting in that last position, driving car number 03 is Eddie Bowen. The distance, he race number 2 in our street stock division. Jerry Miller out in that number 1 position. Tom Harvey in that second spot. Scott Barnes in that third position. 1 down, 6 to go. This guy by. Mick Blunier back in that 4th position. It's Jerry DeForest in that 5th spot. Bumper to bumper for that number 1 position out of turn number 4. Tom Harvey to the inside of turn number 2, taking over that number 1 position. Right behind him, the 20 of Scott Barnes. It's Adam Bill up to that 3rd spot. Mick Blunier back in that 4th position. It's Jerry DeForest in that 5th spot. And problems with the 25 of Jerry Miller. That car pulling to the outer pit area. 4 down this time by with 3 laps remaining. Scott Barnes in that number 1 position. Tom Harvey in that 2nd spot. 5 complete this time by with 2 laps remaining. Side by side out in turn number 2 for the number 1 position. Tom Harvey on the inside. Taking over that number 1 spot this time by. They're waving the white flag with 1 lap to go. Tom Harvey, your leader out in turn number 2. Scott Barnes second. Adam Bill in that 3rd spot, and this time as he heads out of turn number 4, the checker flag falls for Tom Harvey. Finishing in that 4th position, the 88 of Mick Blunier in that 3rd spot, the 27 of Adam Bill. In that 2nd position, the 20 of Scott Barnes. And your winner of heat race number 2 in our street stock division, driving car number 63, a great big hand for Tom Harvey. Our next event, heat race number 3 in our street stock division. Starting on the front row pole position, driving car 83 is Jim Carmody. On the outside of row number 1, driving car 32G is Greg Sewell. Row number 2 on the inside in the T12 is Tom Greer. On the outside of row number 2 in the 4H is Paula Harrison. Row number 3 on the inside, driving car 90 is John Ferris. On the outside of row number 3 in the 22 is Chuck Barnes Jr. And starting in that last position, driving car number 48 is Amy Halpin. 7 laps the distance. He raced number 3 in our street stock division. Side by side out of turn number 2 is Jim Carmody. Greg Sewell side by side for that number 1 position. Greg Sewell taking over that number 1 position. John Greer in that second spot. 2 down this time by with 5 laps remaining. John Greer to the inside of turn number 2, taking over that number 1 spot. Greg Sewell back to that second position. Chuck Barnes Jr. in that 3rd spot, and Jim Carmody in that 4th position. Once again, side by side for that number 1 spot down the back straightaway. Greg Sewell taking back that number 1 position. Chuck Barnes Jr., Jim Carmody, side by side for that second position. Paula Harrison in the 4H up to that 4th spot in problems with the T12 of Tom Bear. And the wave of the green flag this time by with 2 laps remaining. Greg Sewell, your leader out of turn number 4 in the wave of the white flags with 1 lap remaining. Jim Carmody, Chuck Barnes Jr. side by side for that second spot down the back straightaway. And this time as they head out of turn number 4, the checker flag falls for Greg Sewell. Finishing in that number 4 position, the 4H of Paula Harrison in that 3rd spot. The 22 of Chuck Barnes Jr. in that 2nd position, the 83 of Jim Carmody. And your winner of heat race number 3 in our street stock division, driving car 32G from Martinville, sponsored by La Gondola Spaghetti House, Marshall Staff, and Cookies by Design. A great big hand for Greg Sewell. And now we move on to our sportsman division, heat race number 1, 8 laps in distance. Starting on the front row, pole position, driving car number 29 is Mike Moran. On the outside of row number 1, driving car number 13 is Tony Griffin. Row number 2, on the inside, driving car number 28 is Bruce Hines. On the outside of row number 2, driving car 01 is Daryl Melvin. Row number 3, on the inside in the 9W is Brad Willis. On the outside of row number 3, driving car 21 is Ryan McCreary. Row number 4, on the inside, driving car number 73 is Herb Shannon Jr. On the outside of row number 4, driving car 53 is Dan Goebel. And starting in that last position, driving car 0 is Rick Etherton. Laps the distance. He raced number 1 in our sportsman division. Side by side out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway for the number 1 position. And a car car sideways spinning in turn number 2, the 21 of Ryan McCreary, bringing out the yellow flag. And we'll try it one more time out of turn number 4 with 8 laps remaining. Mike Peoria jumping out to a big lead in the 29. They're side by side out of turn 2. For that second position, Tony Griffin now in that second spot. Now side by side for that number 3 position. 2 down this time by with 6 laps remaining. Darryl Melvin up to that 3rd position. It's Bruce Hines and Shannon Jr. side by side for that 4th position. Mike Peoria pulling away in that number 1 position. Darryl Melvin still in that 2nd spot. Bruce Hines in that 3rd position. Mike is leading the sky high with 3 laps remaining. Darryl Melvin side by side for that 2nd spot. It's Brad Willis up to that 5th spot. Bruce Hines taking over that 2nd spot. Darryl Melvin 3rd and Brad Willis 4th. And a battle for that 2nd spot on a turn number 4. And the yellow flag out once again for the 21 of Ryan McCreary over in turn number 3. 7 official, laps complete. 1 lap remaining. Your leader in the 29 is Mike Peoria. The green and a white flag this time by with 1 lap remaining. Mike Peoria in that number 1 position. Here's almost 2nd. Tony Griffin 3rd. And this time as he heads on to turn number 4, the checker flag falls for Mike Peoria. Finishing in that number 4 position, the 28 of Bruce Hines. In that 3rd spot, the 13 of Tony Griffin. In that 2nd position, the 53 of Dan Goebel. And your winner of heat race number 1 in our Sportsman division, driving car 29 in from Peoria, sponsored by Danny Walters Floor Covering. A great big hand for Mike Moran. Coming up next, race number 2 in our Sportsman division. Starting on the front row, pole position, driving car 17 is Josh Alexander. On the outside of row number 1, driving car number 45 is Tony Sauer. Row number 2 on the inside, driving car number 23 is Travis Griffin. On the outside of row number 2, driving car 33 is Mike Jones. Row number 3 on the inside, driving car 58 is Darrell Rose. On the outside of row number 3, driving car 3 is Matt Dillon. Row 4 on the inside in the 32T is Tony Fisher. On the outside of row number 4, driving car 15 is Dave Smith. And starting in that last position in the M10 is Tim Smith. And we look for that green flag out of turn number 4, 8 laps the distance. Race number 2 in our Sportsman division. Tony Sauer is our leader. Down in turn number 4 is Josh Alexander in that second spot. Travis flipping up to that third position is Mike Jones in that fourth spot. We're now this time by with 6 laps remaining. Mike Jones taking over that number 3 position is side by side for that fourth spot. Travis flipping in that fourth position, Matt Dillon in that fifth spot. Back up to that number 3 position, Mike Jones in that 4th spot, and Matt Dillon in that 5th position. Tony Sauer, Josh Alexander in those top 2 positions. This time by the wave of the green flag with 2 laps to go. Alexander on the high side of the back straightaway of Travis Griffin on the inside, side by side, in that second position. And this time they head on a turn number 4. The second flag falls for Tony Sauer. Finishing in that number 4 position, the car 3 of Matt Dillon. In that 3rd spot, the 23 of Travis Griffin. In the runner-up position, the 17 of Josh Alexander. And your winner of race number 2 in our Sportsman division, driving car number 45 from Deer Creek, Illinois, a great big hand for Tony Sauer. Coming up next, race number 1 in our open wheel modified division. Starting on the front row pole position, driving car 44 is John Smith. On the outside of row number 2, driving car number 78 is Jeff Cunningham. Row number 2 on the inside, driving car 0 is Cooter Kelp. On the outside of row number 2, driving car 53 is Eric Bruce. Row number 3 on the inside, driving car number 20 is Tim Bruce. On the outside of row number 3 in the 23T is Billy Tuckwell. And starting in that last position, driving car 55 is Darren Pennycup. Eric Bruce in that second spot. Side by side in turn number 2 for the number 1 position, John Smith. To the high side, Eric Bruce on the low side. Again, we look for that green flag on it, turn number 4. John Smith holding on to that number 1 position. It's Jeff Cunningham in that second spot. 2 down this time by with 6 laps remaining. Billy Tuckwell, Cooter Cow, side by side for that number 3 position. 3 complete this time by with 5 laps remaining. Eric Bruce, Cooter Cow now side by side for that 3rd spot out of turn 4. Eric Bruce taking over that 3rd position. And the yellow flag out for the 00 of Cooter Kelp down in turn number 3. 3 official laps complete, 5 laps remaining. It's John Smith in the number 1 position. The green flag out of turn number 4. John Smith, your leader out of turn number 2, is Eric Bruce in that second spot. Jeff Cunningham in that 3rd position. Halfway this time by with 4 laps remaining. Side by side in turn number 2 for the number 1 position. Eric Bruce to the low side. Of turn 3 is John Smith on the high side. Eric Bruce taking over that number 1 position. John Smith in that second spot. And Billy Tuckwell up to that 3rd position. Your leader down the back straightaway, Tuckwell second, John Smith third, and this time on a turn number number 4 position, the 78 of Jeff Cunningham. In that third spot, the 44 of John Smith. In that third spot, the 23T. In that second position, the 23T of Billy Duckrow. And your winner of heat race number 1 in our modified division, driving car number 53, sponsored by Tracy's Toy, Hoopers and Morton and Design Systems, and Remax Dave Beckman, your representative. How about a great big hand for Eric Bruce? Our next event, heat race number 2 in our modified division, starting on the front row pole position. Driving car C24 is Carl Fieger. On the outside of row number 1 in the S2 is Jack Siegel. Row number 3 on the inside in the M6 is Randy Murray. On the outside of row number 2, driving car 32 is Glenn Duncan. Row number 3 on the inside in the 1H is Rick Haley. On the outside of row number 3, driving car 22 is Jeff Batter. And starting in that last position, driving car number 3 is Mark Johnson. A last distance, heat race number 2 in our modified division. Randy Murray, your leader out of turn number 2. It's Rick Haley in that second spot, this side by side for the number 3 position. One official after playing with 7 laps remaining. Rick Haley in that second spot, Carl Fieger. Mark Johnson side by side for the number 3 position. Mark Johnson to the inside of turn number 2. Rick Haley on the high side. Mark Johnson, Rick Haley battle side by side for that number 2 position. It's halfway the sky line with 4 laps remaining. Mark Johnson taking over that second spot is Rick Haley third and Carl Fieger fourth. And away for the green flag, this time by with 2 laps remaining. Randy Murray, Mark Johnson in the top 2 position. This time by the wheel of the white flag with 1 lap to go. And this time as he heads on a turn number 4, the checkout flag falls for Randy Murray. Finishing in the number 4 position, the C24 of Carl Fieger. In that third spot, the 1H of Rick Haley. In the runner-up position, the car 3 of Mark Johnson. And your winner of heat race number 2 in our modified division, driving car M6 from Creve Coeur, sponsored by Uncle Jerry's Rub, Tom Custer, Jim Beam and Sun Plumbing, Lon Roberts Photography, the Staffing Difference, River City Demolition, Encore Communications, the Boren Paint Company, and American Muffler and Brake, and Foster Service, a great big hand for Randy Murray. And now we move on to our Winston Royston Series late model division. Heat race number 1, 10 laps in distance, starting on the front row pole position. Driving car number 40 is Andrew Schooley. On the outside of row number 1, driving car 72S, is George Strati. Row number 2 on the inside, driving car number 5 is Sean Gray. On the outside of row number 2, driving car 82 is Denny Gray. Row 3 on the inside, driving car number 75 is Mike Cothran. On the outside of row number 3, driving car 10 is Roger Rebel. Row 4 on the inside, driving car number 2 is Billy Tuckwell. And starting in that last position in the S10 is Frank Schickel Jr. Race number 1 in our late model division. Finishing in that number 4 position, the car 2 of Billy Tuckwell. In that third spot, the car 40 of Andrew Schooley. In that number 2 position, the 75 of Mike Cothran. And your winner of heat race number 1 in our late model division, driving car 82 from Bellevue, sponsored by D&H RV and Trailer Repair, R.A. Benson Motorsports, P&G Electrical Rebuilders, and Woody's 116 Tap and Crawling Roofing. A great big hand for Denny Gray. Coming up next, heat race number 2, starting on the front row pole position. Driving car number 95 is Frank Schickel Sr. On the outside of row number 1, driving car number 26 is Billy Scott. Starting on the outside of row number 1 tonight, driving car number 26 is Steve Lance Sr. Row number 2 on the inside, driving car number 34 is Mike Mudd. Row number 2 on the outside, driving car number 7 is Charlie Hess. Row number 3 on the inside in the H6 is Joe Wyatt. On the outside of row number 3, driving car T2 is Todd Bennett. And starting on the inside of row number 4, driving car 65R, is Larry Reeder Jr. And laps the distance, he raced number 2 in our late model division. To go, he raced number 2 in our late model division. Mike Bird in that number 1 position. Charlie Hess in that second spot, 1 down. This time right, with 9 laps remaining. Frank Pickle Sr. in that number 3 position is Joe Wyatt in that 4th spot. And a flat tire on the T2 of Todd Bennett. Pushing that car to the pit area. 3 complete this time by with 7 laps remaining. Finishing in the number 4 position, the 65R of Larry Reeder Jr. in that third spot. The 86 of Joe Wyatt. In the number 2 position, the car 7 of Charlie Hess. And your winner of heat race number 2 in our late model division, driving car number 34 from Springfield, sponsored by CNC Supply and Springfield Battery. A great big hand for Mike Mudd. Okay, ladies and fans, let's everyone stand up and salute all of our drivers in our Bomber feature event. Stand up and cheer for your favorite car and drivers that pass down the front straightaway of our Peoria Speedway. Our salute to our Bomber feature drivers. In our Bomber feature event. Jason Ryan is out in their number 1 position, one down this time by, with 9 laps remaining. And debris laying on the track over in turn number 2, bringing out the yellow flag. And once again, debris on the track, a bumper up in turn number 1, bringing out the yellow flag. Position and cars colliding over in turn number 2. One down this time by with 9 laps remaining. Tony Gibbs out in that number 1 position and Jason Wyatt is in that second spot. Steve Bland in that number 3 position. Position, Tim Waddell in that 6th spot, way down this time by with 7 laps remaining. Side by side out of turn number 4 for that number 2 position. Taking over that second spot, Jason complete this time by with 4 laps to go. And the side-by-side battle for the number 1 position. One car sideways down the back straightaway. Steve Bland taking over that number 1 position. Jason Wyeth now in that number 2 spot. It's Rick Eisenhart in that 3rd position. This guy by the wave of the green flag with 2 laps remaining. Rick Eisenhart in that 2nd spot. Jason Wyeth in that 3rd position. And Dave Sherman up to that 4th spot. And the wave of the white flag this time by with 1 lap remaining. And this time as he heads out of turn number 4, the checker flag falls for Steve Bland. Finishing in that 5th position, the 06 of Tim Waddell. In that 4th spot, the 7X Dave Turbot. In that 3rd position, the 30 of Jason Wyeth. In that 2nd spot, the 34 of Rick Eisenhart. And your winner of our 10-lap Bomber feature event, driving car 49 from Bartonville, sponsored by Emery Sand and Gravel and Career Used Auto Parts, winning his very first feature event. How about a great big hand for Steve Bland? Okay, racing fans, let's everyone stand up and salute all of our drivers in our street stock feature event. Stand up and cheer for your favorite car drivers and pass down the front straightaway of our Peoria Speedway. Our salute to our street stock feature drivers. Laps to distance in our street stock feature event. Not only did he lose a wheel and a tire, not only did he lose a bumper, he lost the whole fuel cell out of that car. And another bumper laying on the track down in turns 3 and 4. Finishing in the 5th position, the 58 of Virgil Nussel in that 4th spot. the 17 of Bob Singer. In that third position, the 68 of Wally Zander. In that second spot, the 22 of Chuck Barnes Jr. And your winner of our 12-lap street stock feature event, driving car number 63. How about a great big hand for Tom Harvey? Okay, racing fans, let's everyone stand up and salute all of our drivers. They are Sportsman feature event. Stand up and cheer for your favorite sportsman car and drivers. They pass down the foot straightaway of our Peoria Speedway. Our salute to our featured drivers. flag. Finishing in that fifth position, the 33J of Mike Jones. In that fourth spot, the 21, Ryan McCrory. In that third spot, the 73 of Herb Shannon Jr. In that second position, the 29 of Mike Moran. And your winner of our 15-lap Sportsman feature event, driving car 53 from Dunlap, sponsored by Pro Automotive, Houlihan Racing Engines, Open Construction, Steel Heating and Air Conditioning, and Christie's Dan. How about a great big hand for Dan Goebel? Smith, your leader down the back straightaway. Carl Finger early first. Side by side for that second position. Two down to Sky by with 18 laps remaining. Side by side out of turn number 4, corner number 1 position. Eric Cruz taking over that number 1 spot. Finishing in that fifth position, the car 44 of John Smith. In that fourth spot, the car 3 of Bart Johnson. In that third position, the 1H of Rick Haley. In that second spot, the M6 of Randy Maureen. And your winner of our 20-lap open-wheel modified feature event, driving car number 53, sponsored by the Jansen Law Center, Tracy's Toy, Hoppers and Morton Design Systems, Remax, Dave Beckman, and Custom Plastic. As he climbs out of his car, a great big hand for Eric Bruce. Laps for this one for our late model feature event. Official laps complete, 17 laps remaining. finishing in the 10th position, the car 7 of Charlie Hess in that 9th spot. The 65R Larry Reeder Jr. in the 8th position. The 26 of Steve Lance Sr. in that 7th spot. The 75 by Cochran in the 6th position. The car 2 of Billy Tuckwell in that 5th spot. The car 10 Roger Revel in that 4th position. The 82 Danny Gray in that 3rd spot. The 86 Joe Wyatt in that 2nd position. The S10 of Frank Schickel Jr. And your winner of our 30-lap late model feature event, driving car number 22 from Peoria, sponsored by Dave's Auto Service Extreme Designs, Cardville, Harley Benson Motorsports, and double sport. How about a great big hand to Todd Bennett?